Hi friends, welcome to Interactive Medicine. In this section, we are going to discuss about the action potential. So, action potential is the basics of neuroscience, and it can happen in the excitable cells. So, potential means directly means ability. So, action potential means the ability of something to do its work or its action, right? So what is this something? The something is known as excitable cell. It may be neurons, cardiac muscles, skeletal muscles, and smooth muscles. Okay, excitable cells. These cells can excite. So, before these cells are going to be in action, what we can say, it remains it's in resting phase, because that before doing its action, before that it is in resting potential or resting phase. So, it has the ability to become it resting phase, that is known as resting potential. One of the characteristics of excitable cell or excitable tissue is that its membrane at the polarized state. That is, I'm drawing the cell membrane of an excitable cell or excitable tissue. We have the extracellular space and the intracellular space. So in extracellular space, we can see predominantly the sodium ions, approximately 140 milliequivalent per liter. So it gives the polarized charge near to the membrane. So in intracellular space, there is predominantly protein which has the negative charge, and it gives the negative charge to the membrane inside. And also we have the potassium ions in intercellular space. That is also approximately 140 milliequivalent per liter. In this condition, the membrane at polarized state or in resting state. That is what I mean that. So above which I draw is the resting state of the membrane or the cell. Okay, if an stimulus or external stimulus happen, for example a charge occur, the positive ions get into the cell. So the inside it gets the positive charge and outside it gets negative charge. That is the depolarized state. D means the destruction or destruction, yeah, destruction of the normal polarized state. After sometimes the positive charge again come back to its extracellular space, and inside it will be negative and outside it will be positive. So we can say that the membrane re back to its normal state or phase, that is the repolarized phase. Which re means again, okay, repolarized phase. So I'm drawing the graph here, and also the structure of the neuron or muscle, the changes in the neuron or muscles I am drawing. Okay, we can draw a graph. In y-axis I am drawing, I just mark the voltage gate, the voltage potential. So it minus 75, minus 50, 0, plus 35. In x-axis we can do the time. So first the polarized state, right? Around minus 70 millivolt, it is polarized state. And in right side I am drawing a neuron. For example, neuron, it has the voltage gated channels of sodium. These are gates are for opening something, it allows something to enter into the cell, right? Gate. So every gate has some keys. In this case the key is voltage. Okay, when a stimulus occur at the time of resting potential, if this stimulus is not good enough to make an action potential, we can draw it some failed initiations. So if a stimulus normally happen in the neuron cell membrane, and if the stimulus is greater than threshold potential. Threshold potential means the potential of stimulus or the energy which can exceeds the amount exceed the amount which need to be make an action potential. Failed initiation occur due to there will be two cases. For example, the membrane potential rises very slowly The channels for sodium ions will then have time to close, while the other gates, that is potassium channels, and the next potassium channels will, while the other gates will have the time to open, and stimulus is, and the other condition is stimulus is in sub threshold, that is action potential generates greater than minus 55 millivolt gives an only action potential. The action potential occur, it should be the potential greater than, or the voltage greater than minus 55 millivolt. So there will be influx of the sodium ion occur. You can see some overshoot there. So overshoot or spike potential means uh, it is in the above 0 millivolt. It is the above 0 millivolt, the impulse goes then back to normal, that is towards the 0 millivolt. That is the spike potential or overshoot. Or they sometimes give another definition: each action potential or spike potential begins with a sudden change from the normal resting negative potential to a positive membrane potential, and then ends with an almost equally rapid change back again and to the negative potential. So in minus 55 millivolt, the voltage gated sodium channels will be open. I said that voltage is the key here, and in normally the positive charges in outside, and due to the influx of these sodium channels, the locally initially the local positive charges inside the cell, then gradually it turns to be along the neurons. You can see the positive charge inside, and I will draw another neuron here, and you can see the inside of the neuron fully positive charge, and this state is known as depolarization. In the graph I draw the depolarization or influx of sodium. So we have another channel known as voltage gated potassium channels. I said that voltage is the key here. Some channels have hormones, second messengers, but here the key is voltage. Based on the voltage, the channel is going to be open, right? So in plus 35 millivolt, the potassium channel will be open, right? In the graph, you can see plus 35. In this condition, potassium channel going to be open, and you can see the potassium is going to be out of the cell, and it leads to repolarization of the cell. Efflux of potassium channel. I draw and finally I draw the arrow, that is potassium is going to be out, and you can see the hyperpolarization state. The all positive charge is going to be out, like all potassium is going to be out, and this state the cell is at in hyperpolarization state. So you have some doubt that there will be a sodium is inside, right? So there will be a mechanism. We have a sodium potassium ATP pump which expel the sodium from inner to outside as 3Na plus, and get into the 2K plus inside by using the energy or ATP, and it reaches into normal resting potential or normal resting phase. This is the condition I need to say that, friends. So I think this video is helpful for you. If you have any comment, you can suggest me. Thank you, friends. Bye. Have a nice day.